Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Yeah, that breaking news. 3 people are in the hospital this morning after a crash in Raleigh. The damage left behind after police say the car was driving at max speed.
And it's going to be a breezy day. Winds will be gusting 20 to 25. That means we'll have high fire danger this afternoon. I'll tell you what that means.
And critical decision. Today, state lawmakers are expected to move forward with a new congressional map. What changes North Carolina and the nation could see. It is Wednesday morning, and thank you so much for joining us here on WRAL News. I am Chris Lovingood. Very comfortable morning, at least to me, having a jacket walk outside, Elizabeth. Weather-wise, it looks like you have an hour-by-hour look on what people can look forward to.
Yeah, so it's going to be a breezy day today. It's not so bad this morning, but winds this afternoon are going to be gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour after yesterday's front. So that means we have increased fire danger for today. You want to put off any outdoor burning if you can. Conditions should get better, especially as we get closer to the weekend as the winds begin to die down just a little bit. But between 11 and 7, we're going to see those wind gusts and some very low humidity. Right now, 58 degrees, and so it's warmer than it was this time yesterday. It's in the mid-40s in Roxborough, but some 60 is showing up on the map this morning. 60 in Fayetteville, 61 Goldsboro, and in Rocky Mount, and we're in the upper 50s right around the triangle. We'll keep it in the 50s until about 10 a.m. and then climb into the mid-70s this afternoon. A perfect fall day. I'll show you how many more of these are in our forecast coming up. But let's take a look at, let's take a look at the tropics really quickly. Yesterday, we had Tropical Storm Melissa develop, could become a hurricane and make landfall near Jamaica over the weekend.
All right, we'll come back to you in just a bit for your full forecast, Elizabeth. Thank you. Let's get back to that breaking news we're following. Police are investigating a crash in Raleigh that left 3 people injured. This happened on East Millbrook Road near Hargrove Road. In fact, WRAL's Ali Calabar is there in the breaking news tracker this morning. Ali, a tow truck had to pull a car from the woods, and it looks very active still there behind you.
Yes, we want to point you right to this tow truck that is dragging. You can see even, and we can hear it, that piece of the car is dangling off of that tow truck. You can kind of see just that car. It is destroyed. We saw that car being pulled out of this wooded area at this intersection behind me on East Millbrook Road and Hargrove Road as well. We also saw a crews just assessing it. We want to walk you through just what happened now that that car is gone. That we know from Raleigh police that that car was driving down East Millbrook Road. Raleigh police says that the driver was speeding, going at maximum speed, and went through the intersection, lost control, took out a traffic control sensor, and then crashed into that wooded area over there. They say that it went about 30 feet and was tangled in the trees, even pulling a tree out of the ground. Now we know that these 3 people, there were 3 men in the car, they were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Raleigh police is still working to find out if alcohol was a factor in this. We're keeping you updated. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
We're also following this. Today, state lawmakers are expected to give final approval on a new congressional map for North Carolina. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live in Raleigh this morning for that story outside the state legislature. Kelsey, this new proposal from Republicans, it's getting pushback from lawmakers and constituents too.
Yes, Chris, lawmakers in the House are scheduled to make a critical vote today. That new congressional map could help Republicans secure seats in next year's midterm elections. Now, yesterday, the map passed in the Senate and moved forward with a preliminary vote in the House. The new districts would give Republican candidates an advantage in 11 of the state's 14 congressional districts. Right now, Republicans represent 10 districts. State law prevents Democratic Governor Josh Stein from vetoing redistricting bills. Our cameras were there as people gathered outside the legislature to protest lawmakers' decision.
We've also heard from dozens of protesters, public speakers at the legislature. Every single one of them has been opposed. We have not heard a single member of the public speak up in favor of these maps.
That was WRAL state government reporter Will Doran. We'll be sure to keep you updated on this as the House is expected to make their final vote this morning at 10:30. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Now, as Kelsey mentioned, the new map would give Republicans an advantage in 11 of the state's 14 congressional seats. The district they are targeting is District 1 in the northeastern part of the state. Right now, it's represented by Democrat Don Davis. The new lines would all but guarantee a GOP victory in that district in any election, really. Davis is one of 3 black members of the state's congressional delegation. Some counties in the current District 1 have majority black populations. It has been presented by black Democrats, represented by them at least for more than 30 years. Right now, Republicans have 219 seats in the U.S. House, and that's giving them an extremely slim majority. Both parties are doing what they can to try to gain control of the House in next year's midterm elections. We will be following this story closely throughout the day. You can tune into our news from 4 to 7 this evening for WRAL's coverage of the debate and vote, as well as what's next. New this morning, one of the 2 Cumberland County sisters facing charges in connection to a deadly crash in Fayetteville is expected in court today. 3 E.E. Smith High School football players, John Elliott, Trevor Merritt, and Nick Williams, died in that crash on Rose Hill Road 2 weeks ago. Fayetteville police filed charges against the only survivor of that crash, 21-year-old Diamond Monroe. Her sister, 19-year-old Destiny Jenwright, was also charged. The crash report shows Monroe's car was going more than 40 miles over the speed limit, and officers say the sisters were racing when Monroe ran off the road, hit a utility pole and a tree. Police are working with judicial officials to determine what's next for Monroe as she's still recovering in the hospital. Police say that a person's life is at risk because of injuries they suffered when a car hit them last night. This happened in Raleigh at the intersection of Capitol Boulevard and Trayrick Road around 8 p.m. Police shut down the intersection while they investigated, and the names of the people involved, that's not been released just yet. We are trying to learn new information this morning about a water main break near Highway 42 in Johnston County. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was there as teams were working on Castleberry Roads near Flowers Plantation in Clayton. Flowers Plantation shared on Facebook last night. The water began running again for some people, but there's no word on when the work will be done. Happening today, people in North Hills are gathering as a realtor seeks approval for new high-rise buildings in that community. Now, these buildings would be near Six Forks and Lassiter Mill Roads, and they could be up to 40 stories high. Let's bring in Laura Levine. She's live in North Hills this morning. Laura, this rezoning proposal, it still needs approval from the Raleigh City Council.
Still a lot of steps before this can actually come into fruition. Good morning, Chris. Right now we are at the intersection of Lassiter Mill and Six Forks Road, specifically talking about this area where Kane Realty wants to build taller towers. That next step is today, where they're going to be meeting with residents who live here. Now, according to current zoning laws, Kane has permission for buildings of heights between 5 stories and 12 stories tall, respectively. If the rezoning is approved, Kane seeks to construct on 4 separate parcels at heights between 12 and 40 stories high. The firm officially submitted its rezoning request last month. All of the buildings are planned to be commercial mixed use, meaning the new construction would be home to retail and residential finishes. Now, Kane must gather input from those who live in this area before the case is reviewed by the Planning Commission, and then it will be presented to City Council. Tonight's neighborhood meeting will take place between 5:30 and 7 p.m. That's going to be at 1 North Hills Tower here in North Hills. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Also happening today, North Carolina lawmakers are expected to begin the process of removing a state representative. And this is happening because weeks ago, Guilford County Democrat Cecil Brockman was charged with child sex crimes. Yesterday, House Speaker Destin Hall announced he'll appoint a select committee to investigate charges against Brockman. That committee will then decide whether to remove him. House Minority Leader Robert Reeves says he hopes Brockman resigns before any vote is taken on his future. Brockman remains in a High Point jail on a $1 million bond. Today, some parents in Wake County are teaming up with the state's Safe Routes to School program, and they're going to host an event at Martin Magnet Middle School. This is to promote safe walking and biking near the school. This morning, parents and students will meet and they will walk to the school together. PTA member Kiera Ruth says parents play a critical role in enforcing safe habits.
At home, they should be talking to their children about key rules like always using crosswalks, stopping and looking both ways before crossing the street, staying alert by avoiding cell phones and headphones, and being visible to drivers.
The event starts at 7 a.m. and parents and students will meet in front of the Moravian Church on Ridge Road. The Wake County School Board is hearing from families about its proposed plan to reassign more students next year. Last night, the school system responded to parents' concerns about its latest reassignment plan, though it only made one change. Many families in southern, western, and eastern Wake would actually be reassigned to new schools next year. That includes schools that operate on different calendars. The school board plans to vote next month on the changes there, and you can learn more about the proposed changes and the concerns at WRAL.com. All right, I want to take you out for a live look right now. What you're seeing right now live is Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon. He's speaking on the Senate floor right now, and he's been doing that all night. Merkley started his speech just before 6:30 last night, and he posted to X saying that he is speaking, quote, to protest Trump's grave threats against Democrats, end quote. He plans to continue as long as he can, and the speech is drawing criticism from Senate Republicans. Your time is 4:40 this morning. Back on the job, a Virginia councilman who was set on fire is back at work nearly 3 months since the attack. His statement of determination and resilience and demanding answers. Some Wilson County residents want to know why a Wilson daycare shut its doors abruptly. The demands from them and staff too.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:44 right now, and it is 58 in Durham and Raleigh and 60 in Fayetteville. Much warmer than it's been the last several mornings. So nice and comfortable out there. You still might want a light jacket, but it just feels really nice as you step outside. 50 in Roxborough, 59 Garner, 57 in Cary. We're still seeing some of that residual warmth as our front came through yesterday, but behind the front, temperatures will begin to drop. We just haven't seen that cooler air arriving yet, but I'll show you how chilly it will be. Our biggest weather story today is going to be the wind. We're going to see winds gusting this afternoon at 20 to 25 miles per hour. And we saw virtually no rain yesterday. And so that means we have high fire danger this afternoon. It means you just shouldn't do any outdoor burning if you can help it. Temperatures will climb into the mid 70s this afternoon. It's going to be a great day to get outside with your favorite furry friends or just spend a little time out in our beautiful weather.
A Virginia councilman who was set on fire is back at work nearly 3 months after that attack. Councilman Lee Vogler was originally expected to be in the hospital for at least 6 months. However, he's now back at home and made his first public appearance at last night's council meeting. After police say that he was attacked, Vogler was flown to the ICU at UNC Health's Burn Center in Chapel Hill. He suffered second and third degree burns to 60% of his body. Vogler spoke about his determination to recover and return to work, and his family too.
When the doctors told me a couple of weeks ago it was possible that I could get home on the 21st, my first thought was, as I said, I could make it for the football game and Ava's modeling show. My second thought was, there was a council meeting that night. And then the doctors all said, you're not going, are you? So I wouldn't miss it for the world.
The man accused of attacking Vogler is Shotzi Hayes. He's facing attempted murder charges. And Hayes told police he attacked because he thought Vogler was having an affair with his wife. Last week, a judge ordered a psychiatric exam before his trial in January. The White House is pushing back on a report from TMZ saying that President Trump is considering pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. You see, Monday, TMZ reported the president was considering waiving the artist's sentence. Well, the White House said that is not true. In a statement, in fact, a White House official said, quote, the president, not anonymous sources, is the final decider on pardons and commutations, end quote. TMZ says they stand by their story, and lawyers for Combs have previously said they were pushing for a pardon for their client. Combs was convicted in July on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and he was sentenced to 50 months in prison. In Florida, authorities are investigating the popular game platform Roblox. The state is accusing the company of failing to protect children from inappropriate content and online predators. Investigators say predators use the platform's virtual money to trick children into sharing inappropriate photos. Roblox denied the allegations. The company says it bans image sharing, filters personal information, and is adding new technology to better protect users. Parents and staff are demanding answers and their money because they say a Wilson daycare shut its doors with nearly no notice. Kid City USA in Wilson shut down this past Friday, and staff say they're still owed 3 weeks' pay. Parents say they'd already paid tuition but have not received any notice about refunds. They also have no idea what will happen to that money. The closure forced dozens of families to find daycare options last minute, and WRAL did reach out to Kid City USA and its CEO, but at last check, we have not heard back. Just a heads up, new protections for renters are in place in Durham. The city council passed an amendment to the city's housing code, and it basically says landlords cannot collect rent for a unit considered, quote, eminently dangerous to health or safety, end quote. That would include things such as not having heat or even drinkable water. The amendment went into effect immediately, and a similar ordinance is in place in Charlotte. A Southern Pines man is in jail because he's accused of child sex crimes. Joshua Raymond is accused of giving alcohol and illegal drugs to underage girls, and he's also accused of sexually assaulting at least one of them. He faces 2 counts of sexual battery, among other charges. Raymond is being held without bond. The Raleigh Police Department is sharing pictures of the man accused of robbing a bank. I mean, look at your screen here. Police say this man right here robbed the PNC Bank on Falls of Neuse Road on Monday morning. Sky 5 was above that scene as police investigated. If you have any information about the robbery, you can call Crime Stoppers. The Mega Millions jackpot is growing again. It's now $680 million. No ticket matched all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. The jackpot is now the 9th largest amount in the game's history. The next drawing is Friday night, and you can watch it live on WRAL before our 11 p.m. newscast. If you're a member of the military, you can get into the fair for free today. It's Military Appreciation Day at the NC State Fair. You can also have one guest join you for free, but you must have your military ID. There will also be a program and a parade starting at 10 a.m., and that's at the Carnival Midway. And just so you know, if you are headed to the State Fair today, stop by the WRAL booth because Renee Chu and I are going to be there from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. and then from 2 to 3 this afternoon. Say hi to Kat Campbell and Sarah Kruger. All right, swinging over to weather right now. We're talking about the next weather maker on the way. In terms of how we're going to feel weather-wise, Elizabeth, today is very similar to yesterday.
Yeah, we're going to see cooler temperatures beginning to filter in, but it's really warm this morning, a lot warmer than it was this time yesterday. Here's our front that came through overnight last night. Hardly any rain with it. Boy, we definitely need some rain. Because we haven't seen rain in such a long time and it's going to be so dry and windy this afternoon, we do have high fire danger for today. The biggest difference is going to be our wind gradually shifts today to coming out of the northwest, and we can see that here. First of all, you can see the flow at least offshore ahead of the front coming out of the south, the red arrows. That's where temperatures are really warm. We're going to see more of a westerly flow for today, and that's going to keep our temperatures pretty much status quo. And then eventually, as we get into the early part of the weekend, we're going to see our wind shifting to northwesterly, and that's really going to drop our temperatures. It will be breezy today, winds gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. And as I mentioned, that will create high fire danger for today. So between 11 and 7, you want to put off any outdoor burning. We have the wind, gusty winds and just 25 to 30% relative humidity. Taking a look at the fair this morning, all is looking great. Temperatures are mild, 60 in Goldsboro, 50 in Roxboro, 58 in Southern Pines, and in the Triangle, 57 in Cary and Apex, 59 in Gardner and in Knightdale. 24-hour temperature change, 10 to almost 20 degrees warmer right now than it was this time yesterday. Around the fair, temperatures will be similar though, looking at 74 in Raleigh, 73 Durham, 78 in Fayetteville. So a real comfortable day, just a little bit on the breezy side. We're lovely Thursday at 72 and Friday at 78. Just this stretch of the fair, it just looks wonderful. Our next sort of big weather maker is going to be the chilly temperatures for Friday and Saturday morning, 41 Friday, 42 on Saturday. And taking a look at the frost threat, it does cover a good bit of our viewing area for Friday morning. It could be some of the more widespread potential for frost. We'll be watching that as it gets closer. Checking out that forecast, we don't have another chance of rain until Sunday night and then into Monday and Tuesday. Coming up, we're going to take a close look at Tropical Storm Melissa.
All right, sounds good, Elizabeth. Thank you. Your time is 4:51. Sinners makes a return to the big screen, and Tessa Thompson wins a tribute award. That and more entertainment news ahead. Plus, investing in fun. Travis Kelce is getting on the Six Flags train. Why he is committed to supporting amusement park fun for a new generation. One of the year's biggest movies is returning to theaters. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
With all the things that I've seen, I ain't ever seen no demons.
If you didn't see Sinners in theaters, here's another chance. The award-winning horror thriller is coming back, screening in IMAX theaters for 1 week beginning October 30th. Locations, showtimes, and tickets at imax.com/sinners.
What have you learned? That before you were domesticated, you were like fire.
The Gotham Awards like what they've heard and seen of Tessa Thompson in Hedda. The actress is set to receive the Spotlight tribute at the awards ceremony December 1st. The head of the Gotham Film and Media Institute calls Thompson's performance in the film both fearless and revelatory. Hedda is in select theaters now and debuts on Prime Video October 29th.
The Demon Boy Band? They're coming after the fans.
Everyone's going after fans of K-pop demon hunters, including toy companies. Netflix says it's partnering with Hasbro and Mattel to license official dolls, action figures, accessories, collectibles, and more. Guess they figure it'll take more than one massive company to meet the demand. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Looks like Travis Kelce is investing in the future of Six Flags. Kelce is partnering with an investment firm to get a 9% stake in the company worth about $200 million. Cedar Parks and Six Flags merged last year but have failed to increase attendance. Kelce said he grew up going to amusement parks and said that he wanted to take the opportunity to bring that love to the next generation. Time is 4:56. Ahead at 5, we are staying on top of breaking news, including 3 people who are in the hospital after a high-speed crash, in Raleigh. How fast police say the car was going when it crashed into trees. And a critical redistricting vote. State lawmakers may approve a new congressional map today. What the changes mean for North Carolina and the nation. And senior driving savings. From the perfect car to affordable insurance rates, 5 on Your Side shares the steps older drivers should consider when getting a new car.